Hey guys, SlySonic7 back again. I'm sorry for the 2-week delay, but we're back here for another video. We're going to continue the Shadow story today, so here we go. So, again, I apologize for the 2-week delay in the videos. I had a mix of vacation and a lot of work that kind of took up a lot of time, so I'm back now. I should be able to make a good amount of videos this weekend, so hopefully this turns out well, and I apologize again for not being able to put out anything last weekend.
Accident.
Prototype energy.
These cutscenes are honestly terrible, so I'm actually just going to skip you guys ahead to the point that really matters, where the scepter in her hand gets tossed into the air on accident, and then the main antagonist is revealed. So I'll see you guys there. Alright, so Rouge just got punched in the face, which is awesome. And then, as Shadow catches her, no one wants to actually touch this thing that's falling so slowly. These robots could have totally stopped it, but they're just staring. And something is about to happen. So I really hate this cutscene because I think it's very overdone and not that great, but it really does set the tone as far as how this guy's supposed to be very, like, the antagonist is supposed to be like very dark and mysterious and, you know, kind of like very powerful. So as you see here, just like this draft is killing every robot by just moving by them. There's no attacks, he's just moving. And it's going to dive into the ground here. And it's going to actually absorb Shadow's shadow. As corny as that sounds. So, we'd seen this character earlier in the Sonic story. This guy is named Mephiles.
Oh, how ironic fate can...
And he's finally here. So now we have the story's main antagonist finally revealed, awakened by the Shadow of Shadow.
The Hedgehog. Who are you?
It's really weird and a little bit kind of creepy how they do this. I don't know, just like a lot of Shadow story, I'm not really crazy about these cutscenes, but I just feel if I skip over this, then the rest of the story for Shadow will honestly make no sense. I think for the future episodes, I'll try to cut out Shadow's cutscenes, just because, I mean, frankly, just a lot of cutscenes in this story, they're a little bit overdrawn and a little bit kind of annoying. Also, he has like the most emo, like punk look on his face right now. He's just staring down at the ground, like, what up? And the one eye moves.
Yes.
So,
To me, I now return to you.
So now, just obviously because he's so powerful,
Oblivion.
he can control time. So that's pretty stupid, but you know, I guess it works. So they get transported to the future, as we know, and they're going to reveal that this is actually 200 years in the future. So in here, there's still research. I'm not even going to show this. And as we remember the old cutscene from the Sonic story, they all land in the future. Knuckles gets a concussion, Tails breaks his tailbone. And now we all realize that we are in this dark, desolate future, and we need to find a way to get back to the past. So, to me, it's pretty funny because while Sonic is clearly doing this level, we're gonna die right away. Holy shit, how did that happen that fast? Okay, so, let's try to get over the first little ramp in the game, that'd be good. Okay, so there we go, new progress. So as Sonic is obviously doing this on the snowboard in his level, we're doing this in a buggy in Shadows, which to me is just 10 times worse. The buggy's about to blow up, so now we're going to have to do this on foot, because that's just how flimsy Shadow's cars are. So, the thing to me is, this is actually like a level that I think personally really annoyed me when I first played it, just because if you really pay attention to this level and like the design of it, like, there's different aspects in like, yeah, you're taking the buggy and you're riding, you know, you can like actually like walk yourself down this like stage now, but the actual environment and what you're doing is really just a straight carbon copy. Like, there's no new area to this. It's not that different. And a little bit later in the level, you'll see something that finally looks a little bit different, but it's frankly like 5 minutes into the level where you start seeing some like differentiation from the Sonic level. And I mean, I think it's really interesting because while Silver is the, you know, of the three characters, Silver is the one who's hailed as like the worst, just in terms of like reception to the character. You could tell, and you'll see this more when we get there, but you can tell that the developers had way more time, or like at least put in way more effort for Silver's story than they did for Shadow's, because you'll see that a lot of his stuff is very just kind of like carbon copy of like other levels, which is very frustrating to me. And you'll also see that I mean, in my personal opinion, like, because it's a pretty like publicized story that this game suffered from budget cuts towards the end of its running. I think the order that they made these stories was probably Sonic, just because he's the main guy, then Silver because he's the new one, and then they probably went to Shadow, realized that he didn't have much budget or much time left, and then probably just decided that they should just kind of like do a lot of copy and paste on this level. So if you notice, just like the Sonic level, we're actually grinding the rails. They added in one little different thing, which is saying that they put the birds on the level. And that's it. This bird disappears like before. You get onto this top one, you ride down, you hit the two birds. Oh, I wish I could. There we go. You hit the two birds, and then you go through the exact same rainbow ring to get the exact same silver medal. Like, to me, like, that kind of copy-paste is like, I don't know, it just takes away from the game because it really just doesn't make you feel like you're playing a new level. It makes you feel like you're playing the exact same level with a character with different, like, you know, capabilities that, like, it frankly doesn't, like, feel like a new experience. And, I don't know, I mean, I get the whole point of, like, what you're trying to do with this game, how you want to have 3 stories because everyone's very different, they have a different tale, and that's cool. Like, you know, in reality, probably it didn't, like, turn out that well for them, but, like, I applaud the idea because, I mean, that's what like the ingenuity in a game is supposed to be, which is saying like, let's tell you a story from 3 different perspectives, and really make you see every side of the story. So then by the end of it, you tend to appreciate the overall depiction, which is a cool idea, and I would really applaud them for, like, you know, just going. And I do applaud them for doing that. But for me, it's just like, it's super frustrating when they almost take away from that by just trying to, like, cut corners and saying that, like, you know, we make the levels feel the very same. Because to me, the second that you blend their levels together, you almost start making their story feel insignificant because you didn't care enough to put in enough effort to do something unique. Because that's the thing is, like, as much as like people want to hate on the Sonic story for like Mach speed sections or things like that, like, I can appreciate that for the simple fact that oh, okay, thank God, there's a platform. I can appreciate that because I know that there was genuine effort that went into that to say that, you know, hey, here's something that we've never done before. Why don't we try it out? Yeah, and it didn't turn out that well, you know, as much as you've heard me complain about the Mach speed sections in this game. I get it, like, it was not their biggest success by any stretch, but it was 100% a new idea that had never been in a Sonic game before. And to me, I feel that the second you start playing like a tried and true formula of what you think works, you stop making a good video game. It's a reason why, like, unless you have something that literally gets new content every single year, like your Madden, and, you know, you play as like your new team with their new players, so you can always kind of get the advantage of that, you need to be creative. And like this, it's like, it's the exact same idea and like section as Sonic, but it's just like now you're on that like bullshit glider, which again, 0 skill. You're just gonna go through, you're gonna try to not get hit by these things, but you really have almost no control over it. And, you know, like, to the point, like, I guess the vehicles are something that I could say, like, they did uniquely for Shadow, but even there, I can't really say it, just for the simple fact that they did something like this for Shadow the Hedgehog, the video game, when back when he had his own video game, and it was universally hated. Like, everyone thought the vehicle idea was just terrible. So even there, while it's like it's something different, I can't really applaud it because you knew that you were putting out a shitty product already. Like, the Mach speed sections had never been done before, so like if people didn't like them, you know, that sucks, but hey, we had no idea. You knew this was a bad idea. So now we're going to get to the last part of the level now, and this is the part that they completely did differently, which is pretty cool. So we're on a mad dash here. There's a huge inferno that you can see there in the background. Let's try to get back up. That would be nice. Can I actually get up there? There we go. Okay. So, huge inferno, as you can see there. And we just need to be able to get to the other side of it, which is obviously going to be easier said than done. So, the biggest key here, I would say, is just making sure that, like, and this is going to be a common theme, making sure that you don't die. So, full disclosure, I got home from work last night around, like, 11 or so after traveling. This was Thursday night, and I wanted to see if I could just knock out a level really quick, so I tried. And I ended up getting right to this part and then dying, and then spent the next hour trying to get back to this part and couldn't, and decided to go to bed instead. So in full disclosure, I tried. So let's see if it turns out better for me tonight. I'll tell you when I get to the point where I actually died last time, just because it's something that I didn't remember, and I think that it's something that's maybe bad on the gameplay roll. It's like, if I didn't know it was coming, it's very hard to survive it. Which, I don't know, like, I'm mixed on, like, maybe that's bad game design, or maybe that's just, like, an interesting, you know, like, you know, the game is trying to be, like, intentionally hard on you thing. But I have no real opinion on that. I'm actually okay with either way that a game tries to do this. So basically it's here. So there's going to be a car here. You need to dodge it, which I didn't, but luckily I held on to a few rings, so I shouldn't die. And I just need to be able to get to the end right now. So that was the part where I died, is I got hit by the car and somehow didn't catch a ring, and somehow actually warped underneath the pole and died. Which was just so frustrating after the hour that followed, to say that I can never get back to this part. So I mean, besides literally falling into that abyss in the first like 5 seconds of the level, this has been actually a pretty good run so far. So I'm actually pretty happy. Especially after like how it was yesterday, just to like say that this would be like the run that would follow. I think I really wouldn't believe that. But obviously, given that, all I can think now is how much I really, really want to get this right and just actually get this S rank on this try. Just because, to me, Crisis City is like, it's a very interesting level. It's something that Sonic has never done before, as far as a level design. So I really I really do like it. But I think that they made the level too long, is my only issue with it. Because right now, it's taken me like 9 minutes, and I'm not even at the end yet. And to me, that's way too friggin' long of a level. Because Sonic, and like, I get it, you're not Sonic the Hedgehog, but like, all of the Sonic levels are meant to be that fast. Okay, so let's see if we get it. Sweet, okay, we got it. So I mean, they're all meant to be like, you know, fast, so like 5 minutes, whatever they can be. So like, we need to spend over 9 minutes on a level, and then that can get you an S rank. I feel like you're putting too much content, or not even content, but just too much distraction into one level to the point where like you make it very annoying to like retry to like do well on. Okay, so cleared up that one, got an S rank. Good level, and I think that's going to be it for this one. I'm going to be putting out a lot of content this weekend, so thank you guys so much for stopping by. Remember to subscribe. I would actually really like to start increasing some of the membership, so if you've been watching a good amount and haven't subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you could. And other than that, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.